In a perfect world, I would be going off on my videos other ways. I would start talking about the differences between the online virtual conventions and the offline ones. I would be going down the trail of VTubers in general and why they have a massive problem they might not know is going to be happening soon. I might just be finally getting ready to do the Astro fan rant, which I've been waiting for the baseball season to start up, but I'm not going to do any of that today. I'm only going to go talk about one problem: riots and race. Now, I want to get this out of the way right here and now. What those police officers did in Minneapolis is sick. The four of them are equally charged with murder in the third degree. And let me make it very clear about it. If they are found to be racist in any way, you're damn right. I want it bumped up to murder one, and they should see the inside of a prison cell for life, bare minimum. If not, ask for them to be crucified. I'm not kidding. I'll take it to that level. If they are found to be racist, I don't know that for sure, but I know it's a problem. However, my bigger issue has been what has happened after the fact. Now, you might think of this as a rant, but it's not. This is more of a what has happened and what I think about it. Basically, the rioting that happened on the first weekend was disgusting. And quite frankly, I don't want to see any more of it. I mean, yeah, I get it. There are problems in the black community. This is not an issue. I hear what you're saying. The issue at hand is people like to use that and as an excuse to destroy other people's lives, other people's heritages. Heck, I just went through an entire video series, still going for it, for people comparing pets to Asian food, for God's sake. I understand racism exists. There is no doubt about that. My problem is when people try to make it justifiable to do crimes based on somebody being racist. I didn't say slavery was a good thing. I didn't say it was an enjoyable thing to see people get hurt. But come on, guys. Even with the possibility of George Floyd doing these criminal activities, what why would anyone do something like this? Why would anyone take someone's life like this? I don't care what the guy did in his past. And yes, he was a career criminal. There was no reason to take the man's life like you did. I mean, again, I don't know how racial charged it is, but it's definitely a bad sign. And another thing, what did Trump do? He called out the army and the National Guard and said, hey, you know what? I'm putting a stop to this. Well, okay, yeah, fine. That makes sense. I don't care if he was in his bunker or not, folks. He had to do something about the rest of the world. But generally speaking, after the Saturday, what really went on? The riots stopped for the most part. People started going to things on Sunday, cleaning the streets, dealing with the problems that were happening. You know, people don't want riots to take over their streets. Here in San Antonio, Sunday, it was quick cleanup, boarding all sorts of broken glass, clearing out streets of graffiti. People were now angry because their city was being destroyed. And they just use that anger to a positive. They decide we're going to fix this. And bravo to those who did. Those of you who rioted and looted, all of you are just as bad, if not worse, than the people who took George Floyd's life. And yeah, they took his life. Let's end it. I don't care what kind of drugs there is in the system. I don't care what kind of crimes he committed. No one should do that. You shouldn't go and destroy people's businesses or houses either. In fact, I remember in one case, there was this guy in Minneapolis, a black guy, by the way, person of color, let's just say it how it is, who owned a sports bar. And because the whole COVID-19 thing, he couldn't open. And they burned it to the ground. And what happened? People put in over $1 million on a GoFundMe page so this man can open his sports bar. Bravo! And those are the people you need to help. Not the people who looted and rioted. None of this, oh, we're going to put money into bailing you out. No, don't do that. Put it into the people's businesses who were destroyed and completely ruined. Lives were ruined because of these riots, okay? And now, yes, people will peacefully protesting. Bravo. I haven't seen a riot in the last 3 days, mostly because they're afraid of getting shot. Heck, I would be at that point. But the bottom line is this: nobody deserved what George Floyd got. And you're doing it to other people. Finally, people have stopped. In fact, I forgot his name, but there was a black retired police officer. I forgot where and who he was off the top of my head. Thank you, media, for ignoring this. Who died trying to protect someone's business from these said riots. Where's the outcry about that? A good man also died in all this because people wanted to loot and pillage and riot somebody's house. Why aren't we angry about that one? That's the guy I want to get behind because he did something that should be done. Protect people's lives. And there are at least two silver linings to this. As bad as it's been, as stupid as it was, two silver linings. Two. The first, we're done with the COVID-19 crap. We're tired of staying at home and being all ready to be boarded up for life. We're now going out and trying to deal with life. At least that's a silver lining. And two, you cannot say Donald Trump hasn't done anything. He had to lay down the hammer on somebody. Okay. It took this for people to make some kind of move happen. And I'm not just talking about Trump. Look at with the unity all of a sudden after a week of terror. People are getting involved, holding hands with people, white people, black people, definitely connecting, Hispanics, Native Americans, Asians. It no longer matters. Middle Easterners. No longer matters. People are finally coming together and saying enough's enough. And the sad thing is, the only thing I regret about all that was it took riots and a man dying in police custody for that to happen. But make no mistake, I'm not about to go Black Lives Matter on you. Not going to happen. I believe every life has value. Yes, that includes GBLTQ people. I know about my rant on Pride Month, and it's still relevant. But the bottom line is, I'm tired of this whole, it's got to be about one race, one type of people. We need to stop this. We need to stop saying it's all about this community or that community and just come together as one human race. Hopefully, one day we'll do that. I mean, let's face it, I'm going to keep calling out racism. I'm going to keep calling out bigotry, but it's going to have to be legitimate. We'll get to that in another video, but in retrospect, the good news about this is we're tired of all this infighting, and I hope this is a turning point for the world. Likewise, I hope if you really look at the people and the good ones, you bring them more information out about them. Don't get me wrong. I have no problem with you being able to say Black Lives Matter, but you should also say, so does everyone else's lives. And I hope that we finally realize, yeah, this rioting, this looting isn't going to get anyone else's lives happier. In reality, my point of view is this. I support everybody. If they're peaceful, if they're good-natured, I'll support you. But the violent ones, the rioters, the looters, the ones who keep perishing a narrative that everyone is racist, I will never support that. And as such, I hope you support me by sharing, and subscribing. Again, I've got other things I've got to talk about. This was just a quick point of view video. And until next time, later.